I started investing because I wanted to raise money myself, to be honest, because I did not know how to start. So the best way to do this is hear the pitches, what startups are building, what are they saying, which is helping them to raise money, kind of copying out of legs. Almost did 250, 60 pitches before I actually got my first hit in 2021.
Got it. So, quick questions. How did the idea came to you, and how did you validate it, and how did you find out that this can actually work in this current scenario?
We were playing games ourselves, me and my co-founder, and that's when we figured there's a lot of incompetency how games are being discovered, how players are being discovered using mostly Discord, Telegrams, and WhatsApp back in 2020. We were in lockdown, so pretty much we did not have anything good to do. So I was just playing games. She was still lying. And while playing the game, we decided, okay, why don't we? We were joining a lot of WhatsApp groups, so it was becoming very tough for me to handle 200 plus WhatsApp groups in a single stream. All of them are very vocal and they keep posting nasty comments about them. Mostly were kids. And that's when we decided, okay, let's code an app. We created an app in APK in about 36 hours, launched it. Suddenly it became viral. We got over 100,000, 180,000 installs in the span of 3 hours. And that's how we validated it. Not exactly validated because it still was a passion project rather than just a company. So we decided, okay, we'll make a company, we'll see where it goes. And after 1 year, when we were actually faced with a business difficulty, only then we realized, okay, there is a business difficulty. It's not that easy as we think it is. And we started, thinking about business model, possible business model. Because back then, only teams existed, only content creators existed, influencer existed. There was no ecosystem which is meant for all of them together, including the game developer. That's when the idea really came into being. The business model came into being only after starting the business for 1.5 years, and that's when we realized, okay, this is too big not to try.
Got it.
So we decided to, call ourselves as a startup, and that's when, Parklexo, this website I was talking about, was born.
Got it. So, what exactly your company does right now? In a layman language, like what exactly for the audience you can tell?
If you can probably equate it with how Book My Show works, so Book My Show, how it does is it lets you find new pictures sometimes, shows, events. It also lets you find movies, which is then on PM stream. They also stream content now. So it lets you discover new content to watch. And plus, if you can buy a ticket, you can also go to the cinema hall and see that movie. On the other side, it is actually selling 35% to 40% of total tickets sold in India for the distributors or the theatre owners. So if you can probably equate it with Book My Show, we do the same thing. On our platform Parklexo, we invite gamers who are passionate about gaming, the players, the actual players from all of India, mostly tier 2 and tier 3 cities. These are people who play games like Call of Duty, they play Free Fire, they play Minecraft, they play all kind of games across all devices, across all game categories, and they find games. So, for example, if I want to play with somebody, I have a very limited means to find new players. So I could possibly join a WhatsApp group which has only let's say 500-600 people. I will repeatedly be playing with the same guys and not reaching the place where I want to reach, or probably become a professional streamer or a gamer. Or let's say for only casual purpose, you want the thrill of the gaming by playing at different levels with new gamers. So that's not possible on WhatsApp and Discord. That's what we are making available for the gamers. And while they do this, they also share very important information with us, like their behavioral information, their performance, how they play a particular game. We have microservices on the website, like you can buy products, you can store your coins, your winnings in a wallet. You can also choose to create content in form of short videos and text. And all of this information goes into the system, makes our platform intelligent, which lets game developers find new audiences for their games. Otherwise, the game developers, and I'll talk about a smaller game developer, they would have about $50, $60 or $100 per quarter. They don't have the kind of budget that probably Krafton or Blizzard will have. and that's the kind of efficiency we're adding for them. So we're trying to become a platform for both the sides and become a marketplace eventually in the future.
There are many founders here, like there are first time founders and there are also there have been serial founders as well. So for that, like for them, how can you tell how to build a proper team? Like how did you get those people which has worked for you? Is there anything what you have specifically seen in them and like hired them or something like that?
When I started my first company, I failed miserably because I lost all my savings. So finding the right co-founder is of the utmost importance. Because starting alone, very good because the time I started alone, same idea, same everything, I succeeded, made some money. But that time, I had very few things, to achieve. I just wanted to pay my phone bills, some other bills, food bills, just like that. So I did not actually plan to build such a large company. The last company that I built, which crossed over 100 crores of revenue in the last 4 years. So I did not plan to build that way. But once, first check came in, second check came in, I decided, okay, I can't do so much of work, so I need to find people. So the first 3 employees that I hired left the company for first 1.5 years. So I found those people only after I spent, good amount of time in, finding the people that I could train to become the people that I want in the future. So 3 core people that I have, they have with me since the last 6.5 years. And these are the people who I hired from different backgrounds altogether, trained them well. And then probably these are the people who brought in the other guys. Yes, team is very important, but it is even more important to know what kind of people, you are good, working with. You just cannot hire, people for the sake of hiring, okay, इससे ये करवा लेंगे उससे वो करवा लेंगे इसको इससे करवा. Of course, you need smarter people, but you should be able to know these are the people that I can complement. So कुछ आपको अच्छा आता है, कुछ उससे अच्छा आता है. So those are the kind of mix and matches that you have.
And apart from that, like when you tell you're a marketer, so for a very initial startup, because many people are here, very initial stage, what do you tell them? Like, do you tell them to invest in marketing at first, or what is the process? Like, do you suggest them to build product and then go for marketing, or you tell like marketing first, then go for product? So what do you tell them?
It can be both. So when we started EXO, or when we raised money, the product did not exist. Actually, we were so good in marketing that we were able to attract and sell it to investors, sell it to brands. What they need to do with us. So it is a mix. So if you're a company wherein you need to reach out to mass audiences, probably that is the time wherein you need to build something first and then probably market later. But if you're a mix up for B2B and B2C, you can probably do some bit of a marketing and spend some budget for marketing and parallelly build stuff. But if you're a core, if your core product is so tech heavy that you need to build something, then I think you should focus on building the product first and then go for marketing. But either of the cases, marketing is definitely going to be a very important piece of your life. Even if you're not for marketing, you might end up being a part of the marketing team as a founder.
So when you tell like whether users are using your product or not, so in your journey or in EXO, how do you guys find it out?
So for us, when they come and join any tournament, they need to sign up as user first. And once they choose to join a tournament, they'll get an exclusive user ID and password for that particular, let's say, group. And once they come and collect it, we know this guy is okay. Because that is visible only just before the tournament actually starts.
For an initial stage startup, so do these people or do initial stage startups should consider CAC at first? Do they need to? Because many people would be very subtle, right? I don't want to spend that much of money to get that one customer. And also I want to know about this also. In your journey, what is the different marketing strategies like what you have used for EXO to get those 300,000 people on your board?
So it's definitely important for you to assess what is your friends when you're acquiring your customers. It may vary from gaming to e-commerce to different industries. So definitely you need to track that, and it is one of the things that we track from day one. We had a very different strategy. We never advertised. We haven't spent a single penny on Google ads or Facebook ads until today. Most of these users are acquired either through tournaments that we've posted to popular influencers, or we have created events for large brands. For example, for India Today, we created a LAN event that happened in 2020-21, wherein we got over 600,000 users offline plus online. But those are users which are partly owned by India Today, so I cannot call them mine. So, but this is how we acquired because the content is so viral that we actually did not spend too much money on getting the users on board.
So AI is actually there right now. So how can that differentiation can happen in terms of marketing? Because the algo by the end of it, like they're gonna understand the content, like what exactly they're posting. Let it be through AI, let them make an AI video, all these different things.
I can tell you how we do it for the brands. We
Yes, please.
usually have used influencers. We've used paid advertising. We've used a couple of times. We've used some celebrities also. For example, Tiger Shroff was a brand ambassador for India Today. He literally shot up the roof. He was very viral. So these are three strategies that we have used. Of course, the influencer is the cheapest and the best and the fastest. But we'll have to, if you're really keen on getting viral and using this influencer, be ready for the tantrums. It's very tough. So we don't do it directly now. We do it through the agencies.
Got it. So how is raising money?
Tough. It's never easy. I'll be very honest. The first round was easier. I only needed $300,000. We were oversubscribed by 3 times. I had to, say sorry to a lot of investors that we cannot take you. And now I regret it. We should have taken that money because if I had not stopped, we would have crossed more than 3.2 million. It was a bull run.
Yeah.
2021. But things have changed majorly in mid 2021 and until today. It's not easy to raise money. Had I not been a co-founder or founder of esports, I would not be in the market to raise money. Trust me. But it's like share ki savari. You sit on the line and you just cannot get out. You have to keep running.
Got it. So from the investor perspective, how difficult is raising money?
So, one line answer. I have not seen a single pitch in the last 8 months. I've stopped investing. And the reason is not because there are no good startups out there. It's just because I put some money in my own businesses, trying to run the show for as long as of the time. Because जो आखिरी में बचेगा वही बड़ा बनेगा.
Got it. So what are the few things every founder or every company have to think before thinking about raising funding?
A lot of things actually. The most important is कि पैसा क्यों चाहिए? Why do you need money? If you can run the business without raising money, you have all my respect. But if it's that idea, you have to come to a point wherein only money is stopping you to grow. Only money is stopping you to become the next Elon Musk. Okay, because we are at a stage now कि हमने सब कुछ कर लिया है, profitable company बन गए, team बना ली, product बन गया, दुनिया जहान के लोग को जानते हैं, famous हो गए. अब the only money is now stopping us. And if you have that money, what can you do with that money is the next thing. मेरा एक thesis ये भी है कि अगर आप खराब कंपनी हो, if you're a miserable company, money will make you more miserable. But if you're a good company, if you're good, honest, effort लगाया है, you think that or you believe that this product is on a scale, and you're a good company, you will become a better company. So money is a necessary evil, लेकिन वो बहुत खराब भी कर देता है चीज़ों को. So figure out why do you need that money, and can you sustain without money or not? Okay, because when the things go tough, you just cannot run to the investor कि मेरे को और पैसे दे दो. Trust me, the face that you will be seeing, you don't want to see.
So how difficult has been marketing for your industry in India?
Easiest I think.
Easy.
में marketing करना बहुत आसान है.
ठीक है.
But हाँ पैसे उड़ाना भी बहुत आसान है. So we did not market the way that we should have.
Okay. So influencer market has been working for you?
It is definitely.
Okay. So and also you have mentioned like what type of influencers like we have to find also. And can you please mention us like what is the category like what we have to look at? Like do we have to look at like something? I remember like you have mentioned 60,000 followers is something like what we have to look at. And you've also mentioned how to verify it also. We have some paid tools. Apart from that, how do we choose influencers apart from these two mediums?
I can tell you what not to do.
Perfect.
Do not find people who are nowhere close to a brand. So if we had a chosen influencer who is a makeup artist, probably would not have worked. So we focus only on content creators and gamers who are respected, who do not abuse. Of course, most of them guys abuse, but in our streams we strictly made a point as a brand guideline: do not abuse. कोई भी ऐसा गेम मत खेलो, कोई गाना मत चला लो, ऐसी बहुत सारी policies you will get from YouTube very easily. And when you're choosing, and I'll talk about the influencer, the creator, look for a person who appeals to your audience. For example, if you're an edtech company, don't go to a person who's probably more gamer or more influencers, like who's showing off the order, must be chala rahe, fancy kapde. Don't go by those face value. Look at the kind of people who follow that influencers. वो आपको comments में मिल जाएगा, you know, likes and shares में मिल जाएगा. And like the paid tools also give you some insight to the kind of audience that you follow. So ये basic hygiene check है. Other than that, of course, if you are looking at a mass market, I think agencies will be the best bet. Of course, you have to scale quiz a lot. We have our own team. We have 5 people inside the company who do that for us. And then as the kissing process is one year. But I just know I sign checks for them, so I scope it. That's all.
Got it. So because there are many people like who want to build the agencies. What do you want to build? Don't.
Build your product. Agencies, you need to have a special skills. For example, I was an expert in email marketing, so that really helped me to sink in. email से कब SMS में गए, कब आप promotion में, कब Facebook, Instagram और सब buying किया. That was a part of the overall journey. But I had something that I know myself. मुझे किसी और की help नहीं चाहिए उसके लिए. You know, even if everybody leave the company today, I can still run it. So अगर आपको agency बनना है, you should be the expert first, and then you hire other people. You cannot hire experts and tell them यार ये करना है, because they'll be employees. They'll not be founders, right? And they will not bring in the clients and the kind of creativity to the overall scheme of things that you can bring to the table. But if you're becoming an agency, I see very small creators also posing as agencies these days. So agency का कोई ऐसा भी value नहीं है. You cannot compete with JWTs and the Ogilvy's today, right? But you can pick up a niche. You know, इसका agency and I am the best at this. If you can do that, I think there is a good chance that you will pick up.
Anybody have questions for Vikas?
So I'm Deepika and I started my career with another IT engineer. So अभी क्या है कि I tried to do an organic supply which turned out to be very good. But what happened, I became the face of that organic supply. So let's say customers are facing some problem, then they wanted to hear from me. So if I'm not replying or let's say I added some people in my team and they are replying, they were not relying on them. Because I was doing it part-time and I cannot go full-time into it, so I had to stop it. So that was one. Another idea is also very good. I am counseling for tech leaders. But then again, because I'm doing it part-time and I cannot go full-time right now, so I am struggling with that. So if you can tell me what can be done better here.
The moment you cross is 2000, the quality goes down. Why? Because people have heard so much about you. They have, what is it? Sorry.
I am paying.
I know इतना अच्छा पराठा बना दूँगी, organic supply, organic पराठा. I want to only have paratha that Remo is made. So service business में problem है, but you can do this. Practice में branding थोड़ा करना पड़ेगा. That we do these things. You know, right now you're part time, right? Or you're full time?
Part-time into business, full-time job.
Okay, but you want to continue part time or you want to get into full time?
I want to do it part-time and grow it so that then I can switch. Because of financial stuff, I can.
How many orders are you doing?
So that time I make a profit also of 1 lakh rupees per month. So which was like I didn't have to invest anything. It was I was taking the orders because then was getting paid. So there was no investment in that. When I started, expecting it, that's where I faced the challenge.
There is a friend of mine. She runs a PR firm. I'm assuming this example could probably help you. So she started hiring people who could speak like her, look like her. Not exactly like her, but people with same caliber. And she started promoting them on LinkedIn everywhere, talk shows everywhere. So if you can create people who are like you are good enough to start your business at full scale. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the talk, those 3 people, I trained them to become like me in the future. So it's a succession planning that you have to do. In services business, it is even more important because now you're a face, right? But you have to create similar kind of an experience with the team that you bring on table who are going to serve those people. So the best thing is hire people, train them, become like you, and promote them within the community that you're selling it to, so that they feel more comfortable. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा हाँ ये मैं देख रही हूँ.
Question is regarding the pricing of the product. Do you do the pricing looking at the competitors in the marketplace or the product which depending on the value that you add in the marketplace?
Both actually. You can, of course, मैं ये भी देखता हूँ cost कितना है, मेरा खुद का cost कितना है, and then I do a markup. So I don't get into a business जहाँ पे मुझे 30% से कम simple delta में रहेगा, 30% ही चाहिए. So your delta could be different. Your delta could be 100% चाहिए. Because you're in that business, you're in trading business, right? Person you're in trading business. Yeah. So with those businesses, the margins are higher, right? So you can set your delta a little higher. You know 60% change. So if I'm doing a sales of 100,000 rupees, I need to at least say 50,000 rupees. So that is my benchmark. How did I reach the benchmark? Costing मेरा आता है इतना तो मुझे चाहिए. लेकिन अगर मुझे लग रहा है कोई project which I want so badly that could potentially bring me more clients, I'm ready to cross that delta and say, okay, I'll make a 10%. So in my case, this has worked. Usually, it is a mix of what is your cost, what is the general accepted, price of your product, because you are in that industry, probably others will also be doing it. And lastly, I do a testing also. I pitch, okay, मुझे 1 करोड़ का project चाहिए, I pitch that, the negotiation बढ़ाई. So I would rather pitch 1.3 crores and then negotiate it. So these are the tricks that I use. You should try that. But the basics is start with the cost and then mark up. That is the safest zone that you can.